So Kanto is the original 150. Okay, I do know those. So pick six that I want from there. So going from the games, I'm going to start with. I always start with. Well, as I get older, I started with. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Charizard. Cause I'm start with Charmander because the first three are Rock, who's rock, Misty, who's water, and then Student Surge, who is electric, and then after that is Erica, who is grass. So if I get a Charmeleon or a Charizard by that time, I'm pretty much set to go straight through that. But the thing about that is that there's very few fire types before a certain point. So you may run into maybe one. So I'm thinking if I start off with the Charizard, I'll run into a grass type. I'll run into a grass type. I'll run into a water type. I won't run into a fire type. Yeah, I don't know any fire types that I would run into before I reach Erica. That gives me a little more of a rounded party. Of course, Blastoise would be good for number one. If you really and truly wanted to go straight through the first two, you would pick Venusaur because Venusaur is good against grass types, are good against rock. Not as good as water, but they're better. They're second against rock, and then you'll run right through Misty because she's grass, and water is not effective for grass. I mean, it's not effective for grass, but you'll be able to beat Misty a lot easier. But really, what I like to do anyway is just do a lot of front end grinding. So I'll grind in the tall grass at the beginning, get my first 6, grind them up to to way higher than the median would be, and then just go from there. And then I'm going every train I run into, I just completely destroy. So this is probably better actually. So Kanto is my options. This is kind of. So I'm gonna go. Charizard. And I'm gonna go sort of just because it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to me. I feel this one is. If I'm going back, I like the fact that you can do that. So doing that. So the thing about it is like if I'm picking just out of I'm picking out of each group, then I'm like it's kind of like it becomes a contest, like a Like, am I picking about who I will have, who I could possibly get, who, like, who do I want? Yeah, I think the first fire type you run into is Growlithe. You can get a Growlithe in a Pokeball on the ship. That's in Verulian. So she's still far off. It's pretty far off. So I already have a fire type, so I kind of want to round it out a little bit. I always enjoy getting Lapras. And that'll be my Pokemon that knows Surf. My Pokemon that knows Surf, and she'll fight. It can know water and ice. And then I can teach it Surf. That's that. Charizard will be my flying. I can give it the HM Fly. I never really used Snorlax. This is hard. So many options. So the highest I usually can get Nidoran, Nidoqueen. I can get a Nidoran. I can get a Spearow easily, a Rattata easily, and a Pidgey easily, and a Weedle and Caterpie. But like, so those are usually with my party in conference. I just level them up like crazy. I'm gonna go with Alakazam. Magnemite I can get pretty easily. I don't, unless you got a Pikachu. There was a thing you could do. You could do Pikachu in the Viridian Forest. Was that Viridian Forest, or was that the first forest you can get? You can oops up on a Pikachu that, and then if you had a certain item, you could go back and then you could get a Pikachu with Bolt Tackle. But I don't think I ever did that. No, this is my choice, so I can just do whatever I want, right? So, going to that. While I hate to have. I'm more likely not gonna have Venusaur learn Cut. Just like a waste. I feel like. types. I don't need Pidgeot. Electabuzz. This is my choice, right? So. Dragonite.